Welcome to Beating a Dead Horse, the podcast where we take the things that have been talked to death and talk about them some more. Please submit topics to Twitter at HotchJoshMC, hashtag Beating a Dead Horse. The podcast is recorded live at twitch.tv/HotchJoshMC, so if you haven't caught one live, come and check it out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And now, your hosts, Josh and Jonathan. This is Beating a Dead Horse. All right. Well, hey guys. What is up? People are hitting me up on Skype as soon as I start the podcast, right? So weird. All right. So, you're asking about audio questions. So JBJ Blaze, which now on YouTube you can see the chat because I've been talking about it. It's I can't do it.
It's right
here. It's right.
I'll point to it.
Thanks. It's right there. I don't do good with space apparently. And anyway, let me stop kicking the camera here. So we are here for episode 3 of Beating a Dead Horse. If you have not given us a suggestion, you can certainly send that to us right now. Send it to me at HotchJoshMC, or you can send it to Jonathan at BeachJD. And we will see those. You can hashtag them. Originally, we were doing hashtag Beating a Dead Horse. But first of all, it's a lot to type. Second of all, other people use that for things. So let's do hashtag BADH. BADH. Is that how you... Beating a Dead Horse. BADH. And we will see those, and we'll have both of us have our cellular devices. So we can see them. We also I have Twitter open here on the other monitor. So we will see it. We will talk about the things you want to talk about if you will send them our way. If not, we're going to talk about random crap using the good old random crap generator. So let's hit that button. Let's do opinion. Okay. So the question is Xbox 360 or PS3. Want to go first?
Sure. This is probably going to be like a revolting question, probably, since I have an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But I would probably go with a PS3.
Okay. Good.
Just my opinion.
Good. Friendship still exists.
That's right.
Yeah, PS3 all the way. The 360 was not a good one to me. I think the PS3 was much better. So that's pretty easy. Everybody knows that I'm kind of attached to Sony at the moment, so
it's true.
That has to be my answer. So first or second question, in my opinion, should be, and we take it to... Oh, nice, cool. Okay, so we got some feedback about our show intro there. So cool. I like it. Easy question. Moving on. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's weird. Do you prefer hanging out on Fridays or Saturdays?
I don't know, probably Fridays for me, I guess. I don't know. Either, both, sure.
Either, both?
But probably Friday.
Just do things with me.
That's right.
Just hang out with me.
Usually Sundays I have to be up early, so that sounds like really old person-y, but...
Yeah.
So, even though I still don't go to bed usually that early on Saturdays, but...
No.
Friday's usually like the movie night or whatever.
Yeah, I think Friday. I mean, I don't mind hanging out with people on Saturday, but I always feel rushed.
Yeah.
I always feel like, because I have stuff to do the next day on Sundays, and so I feel like Saturday is a little rushed for me. And so, yep, I'm gonna agree. Friday is the better hangout day. Let's see who we got in chat real quick. Looking at JBJ Blaze, Rapid Ninja 42, and some other people that aren't showing up in chat yet, but welcome. If you have topics, go ahead and submit them. Do tweet this out, share with your friends, all that good stuff, and we're going to just keep on rolling. What do you think about Google Play Music releasing in Canada? Big punch in the face to iTunes. Sure. I don't know. Is Google Play really like that much of a competitor? Is it that much of a competitor to iTunes?
I mean, I don't feel like it is, but I don't know. I feel like the whole music landscape is kind of shifting on that. I mean, as far as, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but on purchasing, I feel like Pandora and Spotify and things like that seem to be at a bigger market share, I feel like, than purchasing music. Even though iTunes would still be like the place.
Yeah,
at least in my mind.
I think iTunes is the gold standard. I have music that I sell on iTunes, and I have a couple that sell on Google Play, and I don't get anything close to the same kind of sales.
I don't shop on anything.
So JBJ is saying that Google Play is a contender in this race. I don't know. I don't know that I agree. I don't know that I agree with you.
I mean, I'm probably biased because I have an iPhone, so I don't really.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think it matters for that. I don't think. I mean, there are a lot of people that don't like iTunes, but I don't know that there's much better. I mean, I like iTunes, but that's because I have all Apple products, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the App Store, here, iTunes on here, my iPad the same way. I have iTunes on my computer because of these things. So,
right. Yeah.
I don't know. I think iTunes is better. It's just the better.
I have too much invested in iTunes at this point. I've been buying off iTunes for a really long time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sure Google is good for people that have Android phones, but I don't know that it's yeah. So yeah. I think I would agree. So Rapid Ninja, you're saying that it's a bigger punch in the face of Spotify and radio, which I agree. I think there's just nobody that plays on the same field as iTunes. I don't care if you are a music selling service. You don't really you don't play on the same field. You're not playing the same game even. Yeah. I mean, you kind of are because you're trying to sell music, but yeah, it's just not really the same thing. And welcome, Electro Reptile. Welcome. But no, I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think you can compare the two. I think it's apples and oranges.
Yeah. I agree.
And iTunes is so attached to, music selling. I don't know that it's ever going to not be. So, that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, this is interesting. So the best chain gas stations. What are the best chain gas stations?
Jeez, I don't really.
I got mine, so I'll wait.
I'm trying to think of the one. This is obviously my favorite, since I can't remember the name of the place. They're huge up in Atlanta, and I can't remember.
Oh, I know exactly. You're talking about QT.
QT, yeah.
So
Quick Trip.
QT or Quick Trip.
Yeah, there you go.
Is the way to go. Real quick before I get off on that, iTunes was DRM filled. If you got iTunes Plus, you're good to go now. Right?
Yeah.
So it was DRM filled, not anymore. But Quick Trip, so good.
Breakfast sandwiches really good.
The food, there's a wall of sodas. There's a wall of slushies. They have their own energy drink. Quick Trip does, like Rooster Booster or something.
Right.
And they have a slushy version of that, which is just the best when you're trying to drive back down from Atlanta, which is about 4 hours from us, 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5, 4 hours.
Driving.
Yeah, 3.5, 4 hours from us. And so you can come out of Atlanta, you're really tired, you go grab you one of those Rooster Booster soda thing or energy drink slushies, and you're good to go.
It's true.
And they're just nice and they're clean for the most part. I mean, as far as gas stations go.
Yeah. It's kind of the Taj Mahal for most gas stations around here.
Whose beard is better in essay form?
I don't know if there's really necessarily a competition.
I don't think so either. I mean, I'm just saying this is quite luxurious and soft and long. What are you laughing at?
He has a lot more adjectives than I do,
See, there's the
a clear winner there.
The luscious hairs on my face. Yeah, slushies are the way to go. There's one here. What is it? It's Murphy's across from Walmart. That's pretty good too. It's like Walmart's gas station.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice too. It may just be because it's new. It might not be.
Probably.
It might not be nice 5 years from now, but right now it's nice. Yeah. Is it weird that my ear is kind of cut off? Because there's really no way for me to fix this other than to do this, and then I'm moving Jonathan. So that doesn't work. So we're just gonna have to get with my ear being cut off. Let's go. Random topic. We've seen that already. Let's go back. Well, that one was a good one.
Which one?
So the question that came up before I was just shuffling through them was reasons for leaving a marriage. What do you think? I know you're not married.
Yeah, I have lots of information about this.
But were you married? What would be a reason to leave?
I mean, infidelity is the only thing that really comes to my mind. I
Yep.
mean, I probably wouldn't like immediately leave, not necessarily, but if it was like a ongoing thing,
Yeah, I think
I would think I would probably have trust issues after that.
yeah, I think for me that's it. That's the one. I mean, maybe there's something else.
I'm sure there are other ones.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the. Sorry, Zul'jin just got hit by Caps, or the Caps bot. But yeah, infidelity, 100%. I think 100%. Yeah, I know. When my wife and I did our marriage counseling right before we got married, we realized we said that it was infidelity.
Yeah.
It's really I mean, most things are forgivable, and I mean, I guess if you want to get down to it, I guess eventually you could forgive, but it'd be.
I mean, yeah. It
It'd
would just
be hard.
rough, I feel like.
It'd be hard. So yeah, infidelity for sure. I agree. The sentiment Zul'jin was expressing is appropriate. We understand why you use caps lock.
Yeah.
Oh man. So okay, is baseball America's favorite pastime? I mean, I'm not a sports fan.
Yeah,
I still
have no
appreciate
idea.
the question. I don't think so.
No.
I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't say. I feel like football would be bigger than baseball, but I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think. I don't think football is. Or
Although I don't
think
pretend
baseball.
to know anything about sports statistics or
Baseball's the
ratings.
one with the touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
It's the touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a touchdown.
You
yeah.
kick the ball.
There's four
and
bases. And,
Four bases. 4 bases, and you kick the ball into the cricket net,
That's right.
and then you bowl a strike, right? I think that's how it works.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, I don't pretend to know much about baseball at all. But I don't think it's America's favorite pastime anymore. I think there are other things America likes more, like hating people or food. What are those things they have in New York that's like a cruller and a donut? I think those probably surpass baseball.
That's true. Donuts probably in general.
Just donuts in general. I don't know. I don't know. It's valid to say that baseball is America's favorite pastime. I think football would probably be a closer answer. If my Facebook is any indication,
in our area.
yeah,
it's
around
like
here for sure.
It's a spiritual event for a lot of people.
Yeah, which I don't get. Like, I don't know. Sports are weird. I don't sports.
Yeah. I don't sports.
I don't sports. But I mean, no, I don't think baseball's America's favorite pastime. What do you guys think? As we look for another question, what do you think about America's favorite pastime? Is it baseball? Is it something else? Let us know. McDonald's is America's favorite pastime. That's probably true.
Pretty accurate. Yeah.
Do you have you seen Jim Gaffigan's like newest special?
I haven't seen it yet.
He talks about
I will eventually.
He talks about McDonald's, and he's like, people like rag on McDonald's. They're like, well, I wouldn't go to McDonald's, and he's like, but I mean, no matter what you do, like, there's some stuff that's McDonald's. It's like you might be super into like celebrity news. It's McDonald's.
Right.
Just stuff you know is bad for you, but you do it anyway.
That's true.
McDonald's.
Well, obviously somebody's eating McDonald's because they still sell their crap ton of stuff.
Yeah, they do. But I agree. I think McDonald's is high on that one. All right. So, your favorite dinosaur. 11-year-old me would have been all over this.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still pretty.
And I would have known its name. Like, I don't know now. I can tell you, like, oh, that one park.
Which one? The small one or the?
The frilly one.
Oh, the Dilophosaurus.
Is this the frilly?
There's some nerdiness for you.
Frilly. That one.
Yeah, Dilophosaur.
Yeah, I didn't know that at one time.
Yeah.
Man, as a kid, I knew everything about dinosaurs. I had a book. I had several books.
Yeah.
And I'd go to, like, things where you'd walk through and they had, like, animatronic dinosaurs. And
Absolutely.
it was awesome. What's your favorite dinosaur?
I don't know. Probably Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Some variation of that. I don't know.
It's like a for real Velociraptor or the way they're interpreted in Jurassic Park? It's like
Jurassic Park's. I'm about to get super nerdy with this. I think it's Deinonychus. I think that's what it's based off of.
It is.
So
Because
if I want to
Velociraptors
get specific, I'll go with that.
Because Velociraptors were very short. Very short, feathery things.
Yeah.
And the things in Jurassic Park that are terrifying or some other raptor, but Steven Spielberg decided Velociraptor sounded more terrifying.
And it does, for sure.
And it does, but now we have all these people that think their own dinosaurs are different dinosaurs.
That's true. I'm not sure I can push my glasses up any further.
Any further.
They are.
Bring them down.
Bring them down a
I
little
do
bit.
my nerd voice.
That's right. Excuse me, sir.
Well, all right. So favorite dinosaur. So the last one I just passed by it was getting a 4.0 GPA. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't know. I don't know what that life is like. I don't know that I've ever had a 4.0.
I had a 4.0 in certain classes, but those were all like media classes.
Probably had a 4.0 in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Probably could have rocked
It's
a
probably my best year, actually.
French. Peaked in kindergarten.
Peaked in kindergarten.
Oh, man. When it was just shapes and colors.
It's been downhill ever since.
When it was just shapes and colors, I was a beast.
Whenever dinosaurs were included in the range of... It'd be elementary school for sure.
Yeah. That's sad.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so you know what's real sad? So, I finished college in the last summer, but I had to wait almost a whole year to graduate. So just been waiting, doing nothing, school related. I haven't done anything school related for a year at least. And I get an email like a couple of days ago that's like, "Hey, to finish your graduation, you have to take this like exit exam." I'm like, "Cool, exit exam, awesome." This joker was 40 questions long, which is not that long.
Right.
But I thought it would be over the stuff that I studied, not over just generic knowledge.
Right.
So it was stuff like, here's a paragraph, read it, and we're going to ask you questions about it. It was very SAT-like. Or here's a sentence, rewrite the sentence. Or here's a sentence, tell us where the grammatical errors are. Which, all of that stuff I was good with.
Yeah.
And then it got to math.
Ugh.
And it was not like, how do you solve this problem? But it was like, 6 dozen apples.
Or like word problems. Stuff.
Yeah, it was. So I'm trying to remember the one that I got stumped on. It was like 6 dozen apples. If you're buying 6 dozen apples, as far as N is concerned, how much does one apple cost? That was the question. What is the cost of one apple in cents? And every single answer was some sort of fraction.
Of course.
And I could not, for the life of me, figure out. I mean, I knew how many 6 dozen was.
Right.
But I could not figure it out. And someone here is going to, and I'm going to feel stupid. But I swear to God, I skipped it. I just skipped. And there was a couple of math questions I just skipped. Because, like the SATs, this is good to know if you haven't taken the SATs yet. Maybe the SATs aren't like this, so maybe I'm lying. Are the SATs where if you don't answer it, you don't miss it? Like you only get counted for the ones that you try to answer?
It's been a really long time since I've taken the SATs. So
I feel like that's the SATs.
I mean, that sounds right. That was a decade ago, so I don't really...
Yeah, I feel like it was the SATs. Because this one was like, if you don't answer it, you don't get marked off for it.
I mean, it sounds right. It doesn't count against you, but you don't get credit.
Right, you don't get
for
credit
it.
for it.
That sounds right.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. Maybe we're wrong. If all of you fail your SATs,
that's right.
It's our fault.
No responsibility.
Blame it on those 2 guys on the internet.
That's right.
We've talked about some of these. Okay, I keep skipping the good ones. What was it? Crap, I lost it. It was a good one too. Oh well. People who don't wake up early. Are you early?
No.
Early riser?
Unless I need to.
Define early though. Like, what's early for you?
6 is early for me.
Okay, yes.
I mean, I'm usually up by 7:30, 8-ish. Probably.
Okay, so we're about the same time frame of waking up, so that's not bad.
6 is early. 5 is really early.
Yeah, if I had to wake up at 5, I would punch somebody every day.
I'm not a very nice person.
I would need someone just to chill in my room that I could just wake up, like hit my alarm, and just go, poof, and then I'd be good. I'd be good to go. Or better yet, they could just be my alarm, and I'll just punch them in the face.
That could also work.
That's my snooze button. Nah, you slap them to snooze, punch them to turn it off.
That sounds appropriate.
I want a clock that's like someone's head, like an animatronic head. That just like, hey dude, time to get up, get up.
Be like that Family Guy commercial on TBS. Mom,
mommy, mama. Favorite novel?
I don't know about favorite novel. Michael Crichton's probably my favorite writer.
Yeah,
I like a lot of his stuff. I mean, obviously, we talked about Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Every episode so far.
Maybe it's just a trend. We should just
welcome to the Jurassic Park podcast.
Sliding that in. Beating a dead dinosaurs. I don't know. He's written several I like. Congo is really good. Sphere is really good.
I've read none of those.
You should.
I've not even read Jurassic Park.
Timeline's an excellent book. The movie is not horrible, but the book is much
Which one is Timeline?
It's the one where it's like they are. This is going to be a really crappy explanation of this. Just to, essentially, they're archaeologists digging like in some of these ancient parts of the world, and they find a pair of glasses of somebody that is with them on the expedition.
Oh, okay.
And so it's it's basically this whole like time travel type deal. The movie doesn't really explain it all that great, but the book is excellent.
I gotcha.
It's worth a watch.
My favorite novels. So Dan Brown, I like a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
And not just like, I remember everyone's like, oh, Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code, like those are both good books. But Digital Fortress is fantastic. Have you read Digital Fortress?
Never read it.
Digital Fortress is so good. There's another one, Deception Point, and it's okay. But Digital Fortress was really good.
What's his newest book?
I don't know. It's another one of the like Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons.
It's not The Lost Symbol.
Yeah, that was one before.
It's something else. Inferno.
There you go.
It's Inferno. His books are good. I love the Harry Potter books.
Harry Potter, excellent.
Lord of the Ring is good. Lord of the Ring is good. Lord of the Ring. Lord of the Rings is great.
Yes.
Lord of the Ring is awful.
It's a different movie entirely.
It's just one guy with one ring.
Yeah.
He's just
wandering around.
He's in charge of one ring, and he just puts it on his finger. It doesn't do anything.
He just walks around.
He just walks around pretending he's invisible.
It's kind of a sad movie, actually.
Doing things invisible people would do.
Right.
It's the Emperor's New Clothes for our day. Awful. So Lord of the Rings is good, but like in a different way. Like I could probably read Harry Potter over and over. I could probably read the Dan Brown books, some of them over and over. But the Lord of the Rings, as JBJ is pointing out, accurate. That's correct.
It's true.
The Lord of the Rings, I could not, because Tolkien puts me to sleep.
No, it's not a. They're excellent books. They're just not.
I mean, yeah, they're long, which they're not super long in comparison, but Tolkien long and like J.K. Rowling long are two different things.
Oh, yeah.
So like J.K. Rowling, her books are long, like they're thick. But the Lord of the Rings might be this thick, but it's going to take me like 8 bajillion times longer to read Lord of the Rings. That's because if J.K. Rowling wants you to know there's a tree, she says, there's a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe, granted, her tree might move or beat you or whatever, but it's still, there's a tree, here's what it does. Tolkien is like, well, here lies this tree, and in the blank year of the first Earth, this was planted, and it's grown so large now that it has this many rings, and in the winter its leaves turn this color, and someone once sat beside the tree, and here's their backstory and what they did, and now someone's going to sing a song about it, and then someone else is going to come and carve into the tree, and
then Peter Jackson's going to make another 3 movies about the tree.
Just about the tree.
Lord of the Trees.
Lord of the Trees. But yeah, and so that's why those books are kind of hard for me to read because
I get
he's
that.
so in depth, so in depth, and they're good. But the way I have to get around them, the only way I can read Lord of the Rings now is I have to read them out loud to myself.
Yeah.
Which is awful because I want it to be read to me in a British accent. So like if you're,
Sirius should really get on that. So.
I'm telling you, man, I'll be in my room and I'm like, I can't even do it now because I'll laugh too much. But I'm like reading this book and I'm reading it out loud to myself, alone in a room, in a fake British accent, and it's the worst. But it's the only I can stay focused.
Right.
All right, hey, Mule Skull, thank you for coming through or by, and sorry you have to leave. It was nice to see you for a minute. So yeah, favorite novels? Let us know in the chat as we find another thing to talk about. I'm gonna find it. We've read some of these already.
Yeah, we have.
This is a problem. Okay. Photoshop, altering colors, and I don't know. Is this like? That's a weird topic.
Question. Am I for it? Sure.
What does it mean? Like, what does that mean? Altering colors? Am I for it? Like, okay, so let's hit it this route. Let's look at it from the point of view of. So I know lately I've been talking a lot about like women in magazines and like the photoshopping and stuff like that. So how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like that's probably the difference between altering stuff and then like doing what they do in beauty magazines is pretty extreme.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's like against altering. Well, I'm against altering colors.
I mean, if somebody can make me tanner, absolutely.
I only take the real colors.
Only the real colors.
So apparently JBJ is trying to get us to count to 10 times fast, first English then Spanish, and I don't want to.
I don't know.
First of all, that takes a lot of my time. It's a lot of my time. 10 times fast. And the photoshopping in the beauty mags, I think that's. I think that's because it's one thing.
Well, it's one thing to touch stuff up. I know, like touching people's faces up is not going to be something that's going to be around. But that's not what they do in a lot of that stuff.
They change them
people
completely.
Longer necks and different necks and size of. All kinds
cut parts of their legs off.
Yeah, it's insanity.
And the problem with it is not just that they do it. It's that what the effect that it has. I think that's where the big problem is. Like, does it give a false sense of beauty to girls?
Well, I think you're creating a standard that obviously even models aren't achieving.
Yeah, like if models can't do it.
If that's what you do, then I feel like that's not good for anybody. Definitely not good for people that are reading the magazines.
For sure. There's a question. Opinion on Steam Early Access. So I will say when you ask us gaming stuff, most of that defaults to me because Jonathan's not a huge gamer.
Yeah, I'm not. No. I game. I'm just not in the world of it.
But Steam, you don't because you have a Mac. I mean, Steam's on a Mac, but there's not that many games.
No.
So Steam Early Access. Here's my thing with that, and I think once I explain it, you kind of know. Like you can probably come in a little bit, but so Steam Early Access is you pay for a game that's not done yet. So it may be even like pre-beta. It could be an alpha still. And you pay a blank amount of money, and then you have access to the game from that point to the time that it's actually released. And even when it's released, you get updates and stuff. You basically buy the game before it's done.
Okay.
My problem with early access, and it's not just on Steam, but so there's a game called Cube World that I bought early access to. So I was able to play in the alpha, and I did this. And the only reason this is really popular is because of Minecraft. Minecraft did the same thing. You had early access to the alpha, actually even before alpha. So before alpha, then alpha, and then beta, and then full game. And it costs less to buy it in the alpha phase, which is how a lot of games do it. But in the case of Cube World, they put out the very first piece of the game. They patched it a couple of times, and then they fell off the face of the earth. And so now we have an unfinished game that he's still working on, but very, 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 very slowly.
Right.
And we paid, a blank amount of money for it, and it's not done yet. And that's a problem. And then some Steam early access games are like not even a playable concept. Like you can't even play it yet, or if you can even load it up, it's like awful. And then those sometimes don't ever get actually finished being made, and it's just a bad thing. I think you need to research anything before you buy it. I mean, the good news about the times that we live in is there are plenty of YouTubers that have been given a copy of a game to play it, that you can find a copy to watch. You can find some to watch to see if you want to buy the game. So that's pretty much. I think it can be a good tool. It obviously was in the case of Minecraft, but now everything wants to do that, and I think I get worried that maybe a game developer will get out there and maybe they go viral and they get a bunch of money for their early access, and then they're like, well, shoot, I've already made a ton of money.
Right.
And that's what I get worried about.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yep. Cool. I didn't see that, JBJ. I don't know what you're talking about. You have to tell me. In the meantime, we're going to talk about faking happiness. Absolutely, you have to sometimes, I think.
Yeah, absolutely do.
If you didn't, people would probably kill themselves. No one's happy all the time.
No, people that are kind of frighten me, actually.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. Like I learned when I first started doing YouTube is that there are times that I'm not happy at all, and like on those days I just can't do it. I just can't sit down and record because I hate faking happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate faking happiness, and so yeah, I can't do it. And some people do. And there are people that are always happy all the time in their videos, and I know they're not really always happy.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
There's definitely certain careers I feel like you have to do it more than others.
For sure. I mean, entertainment careers.
News.
You have to.
Media in general, I feel like, actually.
Yeah, you have to kind of forget who you are for a little bit. Whoopsie. Okay, this is good. So, going to the movies alone.
Yeah, I do it occasionally. Especially, well, I don't know. Me and you started going to movies more, I think, the last, year or so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some movies I can't get. Usually my sister will go with me, but for some movies she's not interested in seeing, so I'll just go watch, Well, if you're not interested in watching, but there's probably not very many at this point that you're not interested in watching, too.
I like watching movies. I'm a cinephile.
Yeah.
But no, like, when I was in high school, I worked at a theater. And I got free movies, and so my wife now, but she was my girlfriend at the time, we watched a lot of movies, but there were still movies she didn't want to go to.
Yeah.
And so I would go sometimes and see a movie by myself. Like I saw Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift by myself.
Nice.
I saw We Own the Night by myself.
I saw Black Swan by myself.
No. I saw... you shouldn't go see a Darren Aronofsky movie by yourself.
I know, but I did.
And then I saw American Gangster by myself.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. I've probably seen more movies than that by myself, but like I don't care. I don't mind.
No, I don't care either. I've gone several.
Actually, sometimes I'm almost like it better.
Yeah.
By myself. Like if it's a comedy, I want to take somebody with me.
Yeah.
But dramas, like I'll go wreck a drama by myself all day long.
Yeah.
Won't even care, man.
I'm trying to think with Philomena. That was the last one I went and saw myself. I think. Which is a good movie, by the way.
See, all of mine were, I guess, probably in high school. I don't know that I've seen a movie by myself.
I think almost all the ones
out
I've
of
seen by
high school.
myself were drama.
Yeah, it feels like the best
Almost.
ones to go by yourself.
Because those don't really require... It's like an action movie. Generally, you can find people to go with you.
Yep. Alrighty then. Using an electronic toothbrush. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Do you use an electronic toothbrush?
I have one. I alternate between that and the one I have.
Why would you alternate?
I don't know. I'm old school like that, I guess.
Look, if you got filet mignon, you don't go back to ground beef.
I love how filet mignon has been elevated to the point of the electric.
Right. Well, let me go back. If you got Kobe beef,
Kobe beef. Well, now we're talking.
you got Kobe beef, you don't go back to ground chuck.
I don't know. I mean, it used to be. I mean, electric toothbrushes now are a lot easier than they used
Yeah, they're
to
not
be.
like $1 billion.
I mean, because whenever they first came out, you had all this crap. You had to have a stand and all. It's just too much stuff to worry about. Now you can just like go out of the store and buy it, and it lasts for like
couple months, yeah.
several months.
Is that how long a toothbrush lasts? I probably just like
I don't know.
I never know.
I just use it until it dies.
It's not like it really tells you like, hey, buddy.
That's right. Replace me, please.
Nope, neither of us. I haven't played Cerberus, so I'm sure Jonathan hasn't.
No.
Yeah, I think electronic toothbrushes are the bee's knees. And
Obviously, you feel a lot stronger than this than I do.
first of all, because I don't have to brush so hard,
Well, yeah, that's true.
and like, there's something like satisfying about knowing that I can like hold something directly on a tooth, and that tooth is just getting clean as all get out.
You have to exert no force for it.
Yeah, just like, and then I just got one the other day. I bought a new one that like has like a tongue-in-cheek cleaner on it,
Mhm.
but I don't know that I've ever had one like this. It's like on the back side of the toothbrush, so when I brush my teeth, it's actually like cleaning my cheek.
Interesting.
It's really cool. The Oral-B Triumph, I have not. Now I want to Google it. I'm such a like a toothbrush nerd.
Sounds very triumphant, though.
Oral-B Triumph. What is this? This might be what I have. Is this what I have? No, I don't have this. This looks fancy.
This is serious business.
This looks fancy. Oh no. What does this thing do? Cool. No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's very fancy.
Mine is one of the cheap ones, like that I bought for like, I don't
Mine
know,
is the Walmart special, probably.
$12 or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
sounds about right.
Nope. Because I like an electric toothbrush, but I'm not gonna spend a ton of money on it. So the next topic is favorite places to eat. Favorite.
Obviously, something I know nothing about. Crap, I don't know. We're going with just in town here, or
Well, no,
general?
I think it's just
No.
in general.
Let's see. I don't know. Like this is a kind of a cheaper place, but like I'm all about Panera bread.
Yeah, I haven't had Panera. We have Atlanta Bread
Sounds
Company around here, but
Yeah, it's not the same.
that's what people tell me. It looks like it's the same.
It looks like it, but it's not. I promise. Around here, that Beijing place we go to,
Yeah, so we eat at this Chinese place around here that's
right.
just
Panera bread.
so good. It's like I worry every time we go that it's going to close down
I know. There's hardly ever anybody
because
there.
it's like always us. But that could be because we go at like 11.
Probably.
Like we go right as they. In fact, we were there the day before they opened,
Just sitting in an empty restaurant.
just sitting in a restaurant. But it's not all you can eat, but it is so good. It's like the best Chinese food I've
It
ever
is,
had.
it is really good.
And they
It's
just
cheap, actually.
it's pretty cheap, relative for
I mean,
what you get.
For like $7.
Chinese buffets are good. That place is good. There's a place, I'm trying to remember what it is. See, I don't know that I have like a favorite restaurant. I think there are restaurants that I like really love certain things,
Mm-hmm.
but not like that's my favorite restaurant. I don't know. Maybe I do. I mean,
I don't know. I love seafood. Like that's something like as a
seafood's good.
group. Pasta's good. Combining those even better.
Yeah. So there's this. So like for example, like what I was saying. So there's this place up in. It's like in the Pine Mountain area in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like. Sorry if no one's from Georgia, you're not gonna get any of this jargon. But it's up Pine Mountain area, and it's like little hole in the wall Italian-y place, but they have a key lime cake there that is one of the most delicious things I've ever had in my life.
That sounds amazing.
So that's really good, but I wouldn't say that restaurant is good. Just
right,
that cake.
just the cake.
And like, I don't know. I mean, Cheesecake Factory is up there for me. For sure.
Factory's pretty great.
But then I like. There's a place called Buca de Beppo's, which you've been to.
Yeah, we've been. Yeah.
And it's like family style Italian food,
Yeah.
and it's so good. Like you buy, I don't know. At least it was the last time. When you went, did you really like it?
Yeah, it was good.
So like you order, and it's like you basically get an order for the table.
Yeah.
And they're meatballs. Did you get the meatballs?
Yeah.
You have to, because the meatballs are this big. That's not a joke.
Yeah, it's like
They're exactly that. I mean, they're softball sized.
like people sized or portions.
They're not quite softball sized, but they are a little bit bigger than a baseball.
Yeah, I mean they're big.
They're large, and like just good. And it comes out, and it's like the idea is to share with the table. So everybody orders an entree, but then you just kind of pass it around,
right?
And share. And there's one table. Did you like eat at any special table, or did you just sit wherever they put you?
We just sat where they put us.
So then next time you go,
we were right next to like the Pope room.
Next time you go, ask for the Pope room.
Let's do that next.
Because in the Pope room, first of all, it's just one big round table. That's like a booth all the way around it. I think it might be a booth or it might be chairs.
No, it's well, the one we ate at was around.
Yeah, but it was a booth or was it chairs?
No, it was chairs, and there was like a bust of the Pope.
Yeah, so there's a bust of whatever the current Pope is.
Yeah.
So the last time I went, it was still John Paul II.
I think the newest one was in there.
Okay.
Francis, yeah.
Cool. So the current Pope is there, and where he is on the table, but it's like a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
And so when you put your food, you can like pass it to the person across from you. It's so good. It's like the perfect fat people restaurant. There's like Italian paintings and pictures all over the walls. Really weird vibe. Like
it is kind of an odd.
It's kind of uncomfortable sometimes, but the food is so good.
Well, on a decorating plus, there's not really much that wouldn't be able to go in that restaurant.
It's true.
What is this? I don't know.
So it's kind of like Applebee's in that respect, except for it's a lot more expensive, and it's like Applebee's if Applebee's never said no to anything.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I got this
Just
shoe.
started.
Can we hang this on the wall?
Yeah, nail it up there.
Of course, put it up there.
It's an Italian shoe?
I got this picture of a dog licking its butt. Can we put that on the wall? Of course, put it right where people eat.
That'll go in the bathroom.
Okay, so fun story. I told you this already, but I'm going to tell them. So I went into Buca de Beppo one time, and I had to go to the bathroom. And I walked in, and I was at the urinal, and right above the urinal was a picture of an elephant. I was like, oh, an elephant, cool. And I'm like looking at this picture while I'm peeing, and then I realized the elephant is like in a weird angle. So I'm like, well, that's odd. Let me now follow the contours of this elephant to figure out why it looks so weird. Because like I saw elephant butt kind of, and then I saw elephant face, and they were like right by each other. Like that doesn't make any sense because this is a large animal. How is their butt and face in such close proximity?
Yeah.
And then I followed the elephant's trunk, and the elephant's trunk is in the elephant's butt.
Well,
just right over the toilet or the urinal. And I was like, Italians are weird. And then I went to Italy, and they are weird.
I wonder if that was commissioned or if that was some guy just on a safari somewhere going, that's interesting.
Yeah, who was like, I don't know.
Who got paid for that?
I hope it's the second one. I hope someone didn't go, make that elephant put its trunk in its butt.
That's right. I'm here with Buca de Beppo.
So what do? Do you like tell the elephant, hey, like, do you put something the elephant likes in his butt?
I don't know.
Or is there already something the elephant likes in its butt? I don't know. I don't know how elephants work. I don't know how the elephant stimulates itself. I don't know what the elephant does in its free time.
It's true.
I'm not going to micromanage the elephant.
No.
Let it do what it wants to do. It's an elephant.
That's right. And it can put the trunk up your butt.
And that's why that's one of my favorite places to eat.
That's right.
Oh, man. So, peanuts. Yes, they put peanuts in there. So this is a cool one. It's really broad, but I think it's one cool to talk about. So the idea of us living in a digital culture, what like? What does that mean to you?
I mean, I guess you could take it from a variety of angles, but I mean, I feel like we're probably in one. I mean, everything. People are connected digitally. Everything most things we entertain ourselves with are in digital in nature.
Yeah.
Our cameras are digital.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty much any angle you can come through it. I think we're definitely saturated
Yeah, I think.
in one, for better or worse.
So do you think it's good, or you think it's?
Well, I obviously being a nerdy tech person, I always see. I think overall is positive, but but I can still recognize that there's some obviously cons.
Yeah, I think the idea of like not really having a time that's like quiet anymore.
Yeah, I usually recognize that whenever we, if you go on vacation or if you're somewhere that doesn't have cell service or something. You realize
But that's
how
getting
much
fewer and far between.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's been a couple of years probably since I've been in a place like that, but you really had to be. If not, you had to really or at least I do. You had to be very like contingent and not checking that stuff all the time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think there's some negatives. I think the negatives will be, like I said, there's really not a time that you're not connected. There's really not a time. And if there is, it's almost like people forget you exist. So that's weird.
Yeah.
Especially for me, like doing YouTube, like if you don't post a video for a while, people seem to forget that you're around. And that's part of the digital culture of like having to constantly put yourself in front of other people for them to remember that you exist, because there's so many people around.
Yeah.
And I think it's also like it's probably not the best for kids. I keep thinking about that. Like I don't have kids yet, but I will someday. And I think like I don't know. I feel like it's way more complicated to be a kid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, a lot of the stuff that was kind of starting to kind of form whenever I was a kid is definitely way more fleshed out than it was.
Yeah,
back then.
And then I had this epiphany the other day. We've never had a Facebook president yet, and what I mean is like a president who grew up in the age of Facebook
and with information that's been on Facebook.
We have presidents on Facebook, but what's it going to be like when the first person that runs for president that's been on Facebook since they were a kid?
Yeah.
So from the time they were a teenager.
Or Snapchat or Instagram.
Oh God, yeah. Like I mean,
yeah.
That's gonna be game changing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, probably not for the better.
No, definitely not.
But it's weird. But it's part of it. Is we are in a digital culture now, and it's part of what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
The best anime that I've seen. You watch anime at all?
A little bit, not a lot.
Okay. So the best anime. It's a toss-up. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is way up here.
Mm-hmm.
And Fooly Cooly is another one that I'm really into. I know you don't know either of those things. Cowboy Bebop is good because it really uses jazz music really well. Like, I should probably show you an episode of Cowboy Bebop sometime. But it's really good. And that's good. And then Fooly Cooly is like a test anime. I only made like 6 or 7 episodes of it, but it was like to test new animation techniques. And it was real good.
No, I think the only ones I've really seen, what's that? Secret Life of Arietta, and then
yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle. I think those are the two that I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge anime watcher.
What is your favorite type of dog?
Favorite type of dog? I love dogs. I don't have one, but...
You don't have a favorite?
I don't know. I'd have to be... I'm not very good with favorite things.
These are a few of my favorite things. Everything. All of them.
Julia and...
all of the things.
All of the things. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
I got it. 100%. Well, okay, so I have 2. Can I have 2?
I can't think of one, so sure.
Okay. So, the Alaskan Malamute.
Okay.
And then a very different breed, Welsh Corgi.
That's very specific.
Welsh Corgis. Yep, Malamutes and Welsh Corgis. Because they're awesome.
Um, I don't know. I tend to gravitate toward quiet, nice dogs. That's usually what I tend to gravitate toward.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
Malamutes are they howl,
Yeah.
but they don't bark.
No, they don't bark. I don't know, like a lab. I don't know. I like big dogs and small dogs though, so it's kind of hard to.
Yeah. I think I want a Malamute just because of how big they are,
Yeah.
and because I really want to name one Chewbacca, really badly.
I really want a French bulldog, but then they have like a lot of medical issues. So.
Yeah, Malamutes are good, and then Corgis I like because of Cowboy Bebop, because there's like a Welsh Corgi in Cowboy Bebop, and it was for a long time my favorite anime. But I prefer cats over all of those.
I had cats growing up. I like cats.
I always had cats. I had one dog. What's the most disturbing question you can think of? I don't know.
I'm sure we could come up with something fairly.
I mean, we
disturbing.
could.
I'm not sure I'd want to answer it, though, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys come up with a question. We'll answer it. Maybe.
Maybe.
So, anyway. Do. Good grief. I don't know
Did I say
anything.
chocolate good or bad for you?
It did. Do. Okay, that was weird. So the one that flashed by was irregular sleeping pattern dangers. Irregular sleeping pattern dangers. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm gonna get back to the sleeping pattern thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Both of them? I was gonna be super, super like scientific. Be super scientific.
Your explanation for this is gonna be?
Yeah, for the question, it's super, super scientific. I want to preface that both of them are awful, but I think the one with animals is worse.
Oh, we're talking about that question.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about irregular sleep pattern.
No.
Yeah, it's rough either way.
I say that because maybe somewhere in your mind, because obviously I don't want to do this, but let's say I was being made to at gunpoint. At least maybe with the first one, I could pretend.
Yeah.
But the other, there's like fur, and I don't really know that those parts are made to fit together.
This is true.
So anyway, that's where I stand. Moving on. Irregular sleeping patterns. Get your sleep. Like that's what I've noticed so much. I've realized so much since I started going to the gym.
We really opened Pandora's box on this.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
We really realized we're going to the gym that you have to sleep, and you have to sleep enough. Because if you don't, it kills you. It's so bad. It made me think to like when I first started YouTube. I was working like 9 to 3. I worked 9 to 3. I'd come in from work. I'd eat a little snack, a little grub. I'd start working on playing games and recording them, making videos, and I'd probably do that till 3 or 4 in the morning. And then I would take a little nap while they rendered, and then I'd upload them at about 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and then I'd go to sleep till 9, or about 8:45, get up, start the day over, repeat. And I did this for a couple of months, and I'm pretty sure it almost killed me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was tired all the time. My reaction time to things was really down. I was depressed all the time. And it was so bad. And it really hit me that, like, it's silly that this one thing, like sleep, can affect you so much.
That's very true.
But don't they like say if you like miss so many hours of sleep, like it's comparable to being like intoxicated?
Yeah, supposedly so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to sleep, so as much as I can get of it.
Crazy. Naming a child. So again, neither of us have kids. But naming a child, have you given any thought to naming a child at all?
I do for a boy's name. I don't know about a girl's name.
Oh yeah,
I've always liked the name Liam.
Liam. Okay.
I don't know that it really works. For
So
my
would you
last
name him Liam, or would it be William?
No, I don't. I don't want Liam.
So you're gonna name him the nickname?
Yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that. My kid is gonna be better than Spider-Man, Superman, the Incredible Hulk, and Batman put together. So. No.
Very specific name.
Yep. But no, for real.
Role should be fun. It's cool.
Naming a kid is scary. Actually, okay, so I've said this before. Pretty much everything about having a kid is scary.
Oh, yeah.
Every bit of it. Because there's so much you can do to screw that thing up. But the thing, I mean the kid. So one of them would be calling it that thing.
The thing, yeah.
But for real, though, like, it's so scary to have, like, this little life that's yours. Like, you have to take care of this thing. Again, this thing. Until it's, like, old enough to do its own thing. But by then, everything you've done wrong could totally mess it up.
It's true.
And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. And so naming is just the start of being terrifying. Because, like, what if you name it something that so they have a hard time. So what if your kid has a hard time spelling his or her name? Then you've already given it, like, a complex. And then, even worse, is if you, like, give it a name that, like, teachers or other students can't spell, or maybe they can make fun of it.
Or can't pronounce.
Like, for a while, I really liked the name Aiden. I'm like, I can't name a kid Aiden. And then, like, I didn't even think about this, but, like, so we decided for a while we were going to name, if we had a boy, we were going to name Isaiah Aiden. And one of our friends was like, you can't do that. We're like, why? Like, well, you can't have a sound and a sound back to back. So, like, Isaiah Aiden, because you have the at the end and Aiden at the front. So it sounds like Isaiah Aiden. Aiden. And I didn't even know that was a problem.
No, I didn't.
And so now I have a complex. And so, like, we'll talk, my wife and I, we'll talk about names. And it's like, well, we can't do that because it's too rhymey.
So
or we can't do that.
Have to throw that line of thinking into the equation.
Yes, you're like, oh, we like this name. Oh, nope. See, those match. Or that rhymes with poop, and you can't do that. Not that we would name a kid anything that rhymes with poop.
Is that Dupe? Is that what
Dupe. Dupe. Yep.
Macklemore.
Dupe Macklemore. Isaiah Dupe. But no, like, I don't know. Kids are scary. And then, like, taking care of a kid. It's just a lot. Like, I don't want to have to change a diaper.
I enjoy the nephew-niece kind of relationship. That's a great...
Yeah.
You can have fun with, you can go take a kid someplace.
That's true.
Fun. Then at the end of the day...
Can I just start at grandpa? Can I adopt a grandkid?
It's a pretty great place to be, I would think.
Because I feel like that's a good one. To just, like, give them stuff and send them back to their parents.
Exactly.
Treat them really nice and send them back to their parents. That's really...
Spoil them.
I mean, I want to have kids, but I'm terrified. Because there's so many things that you can get away with as an adult. So, like, I don't like public restrooms. But if I have to go to a public restroom, I'm like, it's like a ninja mission. I'm like in and out, you don't make eye contact. You wash your hands like super stupid fast. You dry them off in that thing that never dries them off enough.
Right.
And then you walk out inevitably wiping them on your pants real quick. Don't talk to anybody. Don't make eye contact. Don't make noise. Especially don't make noise.
It's like a SWAT team extraction.
Like if I make noise in a bathroom, I want to die. Like, it's like, and it's a bathroom, like, you're probably gonna make noise.
It's more than likely gonna happen, yeah.
But I want to die every time I make noise. And so I think about, like, so you take a kid, you take him into the bathroom, they're just learning to go to the bathroom. There's a lot of talking that has to go on.
It's true.
And then there's a lot of wiping that has to go on. And there's this part of me, like, I just hope we have girls and they can just go with their mom. But then I get even more scared because what if they're just with me?
right.
I can't go in their bathroom. I'm definitely not taking a little girl in a men's public restroom.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a good idea. There are things in men's public restrooms I don't want to see. And I'm a man.
This is true.
So a little girl, like, I don't want to scar her for life. So what do I tell her? Nope, you can't go to the bathroom today, and Mommy didn't come with us. Better hold that till we get home. You should have been a boy. You could have used this bottle.
That's right. What diapers are for?
Oh, it's awful. Kids are scary, man. I mean, kids are blessings, and so anyway, kids.
And that toothbrush question just doesn't want to die.
So real quick, guys, I'm going to try to pull some more questions from here, but go ahead and leave a couple, and we're going to answer a couple more and probably roll on out of here. So give us a couple in the chat here.
Maybe in a couple hours.
You know what? Let's screw this. We're going to talk about random things. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately. And I've been watching a lot of House of Cards.
Where are you at?
Finally. I am in season 1. Somewhere maybe episode 9 or 10.
Okay, so you're nearing the end.
Yep. So good.
I'm telling you.
So good. And I think I brought that up to point out, like, I think that is a positive of the digital age. Is Netflix shows.
Just watch episode by episode.
So good. Just binge watch.
If you haven't seen House of Cards, you should definitely watch it.
So good.
Because you can still do Netflix free for, what, 30 days? Is that right?
Something like that, yeah.
You can blow through House of Cards.
Oh, so good.
No problem.
So good. And just recently, they put a bunch of Godzilla movies.
I remember you saying
on Netflix, like this week, and I want to watch all of them.
Yeah.
I did not watch 24 last night. Did you?
I have not seen it yet, no.
But I never finished the original season, the original series, the first one.
I remember I watched it, but I don't remember a lot.
I watched maybe the first season and the half a second season, and then I quit.
Yeah.
It was good. I don't know why I quit. Just all the other
Something
shows.
else came on.
All the other shows.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it on TV. I watched it on Netflix. Nope, I didn't watch it. What's scarier, kids, the devil, or the Grim Reaper? Maybe all of them at different times. Kids are just scary. I feel like there's so many ways you can break a kid. That's just what terrifies me.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so final. Like, if I mess myself up, that's me.
Yeah.
But like, if I mess a kid up, like he's got to live with that his whole life, or she's got to live with it her whole life.
It's true.
It's messed up. It's messed up. That's not true. Why do you say that? So, yep, House of Cards, that's done.
Cards. Excellent.
24, haven't watched it. Godzilla movies. And the other thing I want to talk about was The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
How good was that movie?
It was pretty excellent.
So good. So we went and saw Amazing Spider-Man 2 in an AMC Prime theater.
Yeah.
Which is the way to do it. It was so good.
Yeah.
There's
like, what? How many did we say there was? There's like 6 or 7 theaters, I think, nationwide.
Yeah, 6 or 7 nationwide. So if you're near one, check it out. They're really good. People talk about IMAX and how big the screen is and how immersive that is. But honestly, like the selling point for this theater was the sound.
Yeah.
The sound was awesome. And they use this thing called Dolby Atmos. And it's the best surround sound I've ever heard in my life.
It's really hard to explain even how good it sounds.
I mean, there was like things would hit each other.
Yeah.
And just like, would you feel it in your chair? Like your chair would shake. And it was like, I've never been in a more immersive movie than that.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's definitely worth the price of admission.
So good. Which wasn't that bad. We paid, what, $18 a ticket?
Yeah.
But like, it's not. We're in Atlanta, so it's not that bad. Like,
Yeah, it's worth it.
I think if we hadn't been in that theater, it still would have been like $15 or so.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't watch every movie in that theater.
No.
But from movies like Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, the next Avengers movie,
next Avengers,
Star Wars,
Star Wars, I'll be there.
100%. We got to,
Absolutely.
because it's so good. Like, I can't even fathom, like, tell you exactly how good it was. So good. And kind of the end, I can't beatbox at all, because I can't get my bass. Can't get my bass down.
Yeah, no.
Like, everything else I'm good with, but like, I can't. It's got to be more than just the. It's got to be more than that, but I can't figure it out. And so I get all the other, like, I get all that stuff down, but like, bass sounds I can't do. Real quick, any more questions from you guys before we head out for the night? Hey, Teddy, welcome. Sorry, we're about to close down shop.
I know, right?
But yeah, do you guys have any other questions before we wrap this puppy up? While you do that, I'm gonna look real quick at the tweets, see how that's going, see if I missed anything on the tweets, which I don't think I did. I don't think that I did. Nope. Where's the beef? I don't know. I don't know where the beef is. Alright, guys, well, sorry about that. We do the stream 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
On Tuesdays, so if you'll swing by around 7, we'll be going strong.
Right.
Yep, so I guess that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to go check out my YouTube channel, which is over here. You're probably, if you're watching on YouTube, which you may be, then that's cool. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And nope, you're gonna leave my hat alone. And we're gonna close this episode out. But you guys have been awesome. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. This is just how I sit now. Thank you for coming.
Right. He feels very strongly about the hat.
And being a part of what we do and listening to our ramblings and not stealing our hats. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming by. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.